Roy Jones Jr. Boxing Academy. I want to thank Roy and the CEO of his organization, Keith Veltray, for inviting us here and hosting us. Keith is right over here. And let you all know that they've got a big fight promotion coming up next week, not next week, but March 13th in Phoenix as well. With Bronco Billy Wright, who I think was around here, or was earlier. Where's Bronco?
Right.
Yeah, there he is, the big man in the back. All right. Thank you, Keith. Keith is a board member as well for the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. I want to welcome all of you here. We have a number of media. Thank you very much for coming out and joining us today for our announcement of our 2015 induction, not only candidates, but the actual inductees this year. And I want to welcome many guests that we have here today as well. People from maybe outside of boxing as well. Have great entertainment. You see him on TV. Flavor Flav is right over here. Thanks, Flav, for showing up here today, supporting us. Definitely appreciate that. Want to mention one of our Special Achievement Award winners in the past. In fact, she was last year, Anna Hulaton, the Hurricane. Anna, is she around? I know she was here earlier. Where are you, Anna? Hi, say. There she is. Great fighter in boxing and also in MMA. I'd like to introduce the members of our board of the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm Rich Marotta. I'm the president and the founder of the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame 3 years ago. Thanks so much for being with us, and I want to thank our other board members. And our other board members, I'll just have them let you know who they are. Richard Steele is right over here, former great referee, also an inductee, and the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Bruce Trampler, longtime matchmaker for Top Rank, is here. The great boxing journalist, commentator, play-by-play man, Colonel Bob Sheridan, approaching 1,000 title fights broadcast in his career. So the Colonel is getting close as well to a really magic number that no one has ever had before. I'd like to mention our past inductees who are here with us today. Those being former great 3-division champion, an inaugural inductee into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, one of my all-time favorite fighters with the greatest nickname ever in boxing, the body snatcher Mike McCallum. Also, one of our inaugural inductees, he gave the first speech at the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame induction ceremony, Joe Cortez, right over here. Joe, thank you. For showing up here today. Also, Richard Sandoval, former world champion, and many years with Top Rank, has joined us here today. Thank you very much, Richard, for being with us. And we appreciate that. Also, Jesse Vargas is here, one of the great young fighters in the world today. Just had a big, gigantic, fantastic win in Macau. Loved that fight, Jesse. That was great. That was the best. And thank you very much for joining us here today. Now, I do want to mention today, in case you haven't heard, the passing of a great, great champion. Oh, I missed one of our board members. He's right over here, Michael Politz, the owner of Food and Beverage Magazine, publisher of Food and Beverage Magazine, and also the owner of Quickie Burgers. Don't forget to support Quickie Burgers. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Harold Johnson, former great world light heavyweight champion, passed away today at the age of 87. You may have remembered him. He was in the glory days of the light heavyweights, the Archie Moore era, and then he fought Ancient Arch and was a staple on television. I can remember as a kid watching him fight a really, really slick fighter and a great fighter, Harold Johnson, passing away today. All right, who have I missed? Anybody? Oh, we have another former champion here. Clarence Bones Adams has joined us here today. Thank you, Clarence. There he comes, yeah. Now, before we begin our actual listing of the inductees, I want to make an announcement on behalf of the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. Someone that you all know and is dear to all of us. She was there in the very first year of the inaugural induction for the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, where she accepted on behalf of her late husband, the great Diego Chico Corrales, accepted the trophy that night. It was a wonderful, poignant moment. And She told us right after that she'd like to get involved more with the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. She did. She was event planning for us, and she joined the board, and she became vice president. And it's my great pleasure today to introduce Michelle Corrales-Lewis as the new Chief Operating Officer, the COO of the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame.
I just want to say this is a great honor, and I just want to thank you all for coming out, and we look forward to having some amazing events as we do everything we can do to cherish the sport of boxing and continue to honor the greats within it. Okay, thank you all and have a wonderful day.
Michelle's already been doing most of the heavy lifting in the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, and I really appreciate it. Also joining us here today, she also accepted on behalf of her late husband in our inaugural induction, the wife of Eddie Futch, the great trainer, greatest trainer ever, and this is Eva Futch right over here. Thanks for being with us again to show your support, Eva. All right, now I'm going to announce our inductees for 2015, and one thing that we wanted to do this year was to really pay attention to the rich history of boxing. We all know about the glamour fighters, the modern era of fighters that are going into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame and have gone into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. And we appreciate everything they've done. They've made Nevada the boxing capital of the world, specifically Las Vegas. But this year, we really wanted to pay attention to those who were so important in the very beginning building of boxing in the state of Nevada. So what we did was to go back 100 years, more than 100 years, to honor those in the turn of the last century and to put in a full pioneer class. This is the foundation of the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. We eventually, and hopefully not too long and not too far down the line, want to have a museum, a home for the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame right here in Nevada, where people can go in and see and feel the rich history of Nevada boxing. And with that being the case, we felt we needed to pay specific attention this year to those pioneers. So we're announcing a full pioneer class. They're all going in together into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. And here are the inductees in the pioneer class this year. The great Jack Johnson, one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time. Fought only once in Nevada, but that one time in Nevada was probably the most famous fight ever in the sport of Nevada. He fought it in the sport of boxing in Nevada. He fought it in Reno, Nevada, the Great White Hope fight in which he fought Jim Jeffries. It had amazing social repercussions and ramifications around the country. But Jack Johnson was the winner and really was probably one of the greatest defensive masters in the history of boxing. Jack Johnson goes in. Also, Joe Gans, with a record of 145-10. He fought twice in Nevada, once in 1906 when he defeated in a very famous fight, battling Nelson in 1906 in Goldfield, Nevada, and later on fought in Tonopah, Nevada. These are places that no longer hold boxing, but were the mecca of boxing in those days. And we're inducting together Bob Fitzsimmons, Ruby Bob Fitzsimmons, and James J. Corbett. James J. Corbett and Fitzsimmons fought for the heavyweight title 1897 in the state of Nevada, in Carson City, our capital, and it was the first title fight in the state of Nevada. It was won by Bob Fitzsimmons with the famous solar plexus punch to defeat Jim Corbett. This was the first gloved heavyweight championship fight. Corbett had beaten the great John L. Sullivan, the last of the bare knuckle champions, so he had become the first glove champion, and then Bob Fitzsimmons defeated Jim Corbett. And Tex Rickard, one of the greatest promoters of all time, really was the predecessor to the flamboyant promoters who came along later, and he was the man who promoted Johnson and Jeffries. And it's also interesting that he also refereed the Johnson-Jeffries fight. So you can imagine if we had Bob Arum, refereeing, or Don King refereeing a match today. That's what it was. It was that. And he went on after promoting that to also promote the great big Jack Dempsey fight. So that's our 5 pioneer class, and they'll all go in together. Jack Johnson, Joe Gans, Bob Fitzsimmons, Jim Corbett, and Tex Rickard. Now, we want to get to the non-boxer participants. These are people who have really contributed strongly, and some of them are sitting up here with us today, and you'll get a chance. We won't be doing any speeches up here today, but we'll point them out. They can let them know who they are, and then if, those of you media, whatever, you can talk to them as soon as we are done here one-on-one. But the non-boxer participants are those who have really contributed strongly to the strength of boxing in Nevada. And we want to mention, first of all, Chuck Hull, who was a great ring announcer. You might remember him in the 1970s and 80s at Caesar's Palace, all of the big fights, very dignified, always wore a tuxedo, and had the great, wonderful voice. And Chuck Hull was a great ring announcer, and he will be going into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. He is deceased, unfortunately. He passed, but we're very happy to induct him anyway. Steve Snedden will go in as a media representative. Steve was a wonderful boxing writer, covered boxing for 30 years for the Reno Gazette-Journal, was considered to be one of the real deans of boxing in Nevada, and boxing writing in Nevada, and Steve Snedden will be inducted. The others we have up here with us. First of all, I'd like to introduce to you a man who has headed the top-ranked public relations team for 30 years or more. Earlier this year, he was inducted into a Salem County, Pennsylvania Hall of Fame. He was a sports writer for the Philadelphia Bulletin, and I can tell you from having worked with him as a media member for the last 2 or 3 decades that he's a great friend, not only to boxing, but really to media. He just never says no. I mean, he always tries to help you in any way that he can. And that's Lee Samuels. Lee, stand up, let everybody see you here. Very happy to have Lee as a member of the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, and he will be inducted. And of course, our induction will come in August, and a gala induction dinner that we will be having. And that brings us to Dr. Robert Voy, who's over here to my left. Longtime ring doctor for the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Personal physician to many fighters. I know Laura Serrano, who is on our board of directors. Laura, where are you? She came up to me today and she said, Dr. Voy was so good to me. I really appreciate everything. Yes, she is a good-looking gal. There's no doubt about that. And also, she was the Chief Medical Officer for the United States Olympic Committee and former USA Boxing President. Yes, Dr. Voy.
I just wanted to say I appreciate this honor. It's been 40 years, both at the pro level, but the important level we must not forget. That's the farm team. Okay? USA Boxing, that's where you all come from. So I accept this.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks. Amateur pro, we're glad to have you in the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. Oh, he broke the precedent. Do you want to say something, Lee?
Yes, I do. I say something. There are a lot of deserving people who deserve to be inducted in this Hall of Fame, and a lot of you are here in this room. And I'm going to do my best to get everyone inducted. When I started out with Top Rank a long time ago, it was in the early 80s, I was assigned to Atlantic City, New Jersey. It was Bruce Trampler, myself, Michael Buffer, Al Bernstein, and we traveled 3 years with a Thursday night ESPN show in small towns, everything. And then I got a call from Bob Arum, my boss, one day. I'm so happy that he'll be here in August, but my first star fighter was Marvin Hagler. And he was a great champion. It was the Hagler-Leonard fight. And I also worked some other fights with Marvin, but he was a true champion, and I'm so happy that he's being inducted. And of course, I want to add that when I was a sports writer, I had the privilege of covering some Muhammad Ali fights when I worked for the Philadelphia Bulletin. And we have a big fight coming up, but Ali was the greatest. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee. Probably won't get too much of an argument on that last comment. Also being inducted, and since we did have Dr. Voy, I should mention that we have another doctor who will go in this year, Dr. Donald Romeo, deceased, but Dr. Romeo, ring physician for more than 10,000 fights. And I remember first hearing his name at the Floyd Patterson Muhammad Ali fight in 1965, which was at the Las Vegas Convention Center. And hearing him introduced as because Floyd Patterson was my all-time boyhood idol, and your dad just beat the heck out of him. But Dr. Donald Romeo goes in, was a ring physician as a 1984 in the Olympic Games, and as I mentioned, for more than 10,000 fights, so he will also be inducted posthumously. Also, going in, and we're very happy because we do consider ourselves Nevada-centric. It's very important to have the Nevada people who mean a lot to boxing honored, and that's why we're honoring this year Pat and Dawn Berry, who run Berry's Boxing in Las Vegas. This is Dawn Berry over here. They operate a gym, they manage and train fighters. They're very active in the amateur ranks as well as the professional ranks. They hold small but also major amateur boxing tournaments. The Golden Gloves they did last year, which was one of our beneficiaries, by the way, of our donations. And so we just appreciate all that they have done. And this is Dawn, and so congratulations, Dawn. Do you want to say anything to
Thanks, Don.
Very funny. Thank you very much. This is quite an honor. I'm sorry my husband can't be here. He's the head coach for the USA team, and I believe he's in Florida this week. He was in Argentina, London, Kazakhstan, but I believe he's in Florida this week. And thank you all very much for your support. The Golden Gloves are next weekend at my gym, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That's the state Golden Gloves.
Thank you, and congratulations. Now we're going to get to our boxers, who are both Nevada and non-Nevada residents. First of all, our Nevada resident boxers. We have a gentleman right here to my right, a really terrific, skilled light heavyweight champion of the world. Defeated in 11 rounds Marvin Johnson to win the championship. Successfully defended it twice. But he actually fought Michael Spinks, and I didn't even know until I was going back into your record that there was a title fight at the Imperial Palace Hotel. And I don't know if that's the only one that was there, but Eddie fought Michael Spinks at the Imperial Palace Hotel. And he was a great, great champion with a record of 50 wins, 8 defeats, 1 draw in his career. And we're very happy this year to induct. And he'll make his long speech at the induction. But we'll bring in Eddie Mustafa Muhammad.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to thank my family, my beautiful wife, Simone, my beautiful mother.
Yes.
My daughters, Elisa, Gabrielle. My other part of that twin, she's going to work. But I just want to say, I'm not going to make this a long speech. I want to say that if it wasn't for one man that gave me the opportunity to come train at his camp for free, said, look here, my camp is your camp, whatever I have is yours. And that's your father. We boxed a tremendous amount of rounds, getting me prepared for the fight. And he brought the whole camp to the fight, paid for everybody's tickets. And after the fight, when I won the championship, we drove back to the camp and just hung out. You know, and so that's what I want to say. I want to thank your father. I want you to know that. We just met, but, you know, I just want to, if you see your father, you tell him that, you know, we still, I mean, I have him in my heart every day. I pray for him every day. That's my guy. Thank you very much.
And we'll meet this mystery woman in just a little while. Our next inductee from the state of Nevada, had an amazing professional boxing career and has gone on to an amazing training career as well. He's become one of the greats in training, but before that, one of the greats and popular fighters in professional boxing. The gentleman I'm about to introduce fought more than any other inductee that we've had in 3 years within the state of Nevada. 41 times he fought here in the state of Nevada, more than any other inductee. He was the WBA 130-pound champion. He was the WBC 140-pound champion. He beat great fighters like Vinny Pazienza, Livingstone Bramble. And I remember, because I was at the time working in Los Angeles as a sportscaster, and because we had so many Mexican and Mexican-American boxers fighting in Los Angeles, and he was just knocking them over one by one. He became known as the Mexican Assassin. But he was a great fighter, and we're very happy that this is the year he'll be inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, Roger Mayweather.
Hello? Anyway, I ain't gonna say about I beat all the Mexicans because they my friend now. No, that's part of boxing, but you know, my thing is, it's funny because I remember when I came out here in Vegas, and a guy told me, he said, why you going to Vegas? And I said, because I'm going to start a career in boxing. He said, man, you don't need to go to Las Vegas, you need to stay here. I said, no, I ain't going to stay here because I don't have a trainer here, and not that I don't have a trainer. Over here, they can't train nobody. He said, well, you gonna go to Vegas? And it's funny, I went to Vegas and I stayed here 30-something years. It was crazy. Because somebody said, you want to box in Vegas? I said, yeah. And I came to Vegas. And it's funny though, that I came here, I met every fighter I ever wanted to meet in Las Vegas. I would never make Mustafa if I wasn't here. I would never make Mike McCollum if I wasn't here. Don Curry, it was funny because I seen guys that I seen them on TV, but I never would have seen them if I wouldn't have came. And so it was a good thing that I came here. And you know, this is a boxing world over here. It's not like my hometown. My hometown, you may have one guy, he trained somebody, and the guy ain't no good, but he trained the guy. But over here, you train every kind of fighter there is. I met Ray Robinson here. Ray Robinson, what's the other guy? He fought Ray Robinson? Can't remember his name.
Jim Foreman?
Good.
Foreman?
I met Muhammad Ali here. I trained Muhammad Ali's daughter. So, I mean, to me, it was good that I came to Las Vegas because when I take a picture back to my hometown, oh, how the hell you meet him? How you meet them? I said, because they're in Vegas. They don't come here, but they come to Las Vegas.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. You like Las Vegas and better than Michigan. Man, I'm not doing nothing here. That's why I don't come back. I mean, you ain't came back here, man, about 20-something years. That's why. Ain't nothing here. But that's part of boxing. You know, it's crazy, but you know, it was good that I seen the other part of the world. And when I tell people, when I bring a picture, boom. Man, you don't know them. What do you mean I don't know them? Why'd I bring the picture? You don't know them though. I said, okay, well I'm just faking. I'm just, it's funny. It's another thing that I've done. And it's funny that where I'm from, people couldn't believe it. I brought a picture back of Michael Jackson. I brought a picture back of Michael Jackson, right? Oh man, you don't know them. I said, all I'm doing is showing you the picture of who I met. That's all I'm doing. You don't know them. Well, shit. I don't know. No, you don't know. And it's another thing that I've done. It's funny that I brought a picture back of my daughter and Muhammad Ali. Like that. Man, quit bringing all the more pictures. You don't even know. You don't even know Muhammad. I said, listen. I just tell people, listen, all I'm telling you is who I see. I'm not telling you who I met, why I met him, how I met him. I'm just showing you the picture. Yeah, but that ain't real. And it's funny because I met them and I met Ray Robinson. I mean, I met even a guy like that, like Mustafa. Man, you don't know them. Well, who in the hell do I know them? It's a crazy world. That's part of boxing. Well, anyway, you heard my story. All right then.
We'll hear another version of that in August at our induction ceremony. Thank you, Roger, and congratulations. Also being inducted posthumously, one of our favorite fighters, and this guy was really just beloved amongst us all, is going to be the great Johnny Tapia. Johnny fought in Nevada so many times, 18 times. We had wonderful victories here in the state of Nevada, especially over Danny Romero and Ricardo Vargas, Sammy Stewart. Had so many great fights here, very popular. Johnny, of course, had kind of a bittersweet and star-crossed existence in his life, but a lot of people love him, and he really was the huggingest guy I ever met. Every time I think I saw him in the last 10 years, he came up and always had a big giant hug for me. So Johnny Tapia will also go in to the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. I also want to mention today that accompanying Roger today was one of our inductees from last year as a Nevada resident. You see the way in the back there, but I wanted to take a bow. It's Cornelius Bosa Edwards. One of our members, one of our new board of directors in the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, and you see her here in Las Vegas on Channel 3. She's a sports anchor for NBC, and that is Amber Dixon. And Amber is here with me today. There she is. Thank you, Amber. Now I'd like to mention our other non-Nevada resident boxers, and these are our final names of those who will be inducted in August at our gigantic gala, which is going to be giganticer than ever before. We've had two pretty gigantic galas. First of all, Gene Fulmer, former middleweight champion, 55 wins, 6 losses, 3 draws. Here in Nevada, he defeated the great Sugar Ray Robinson. Actually, he defeated Sugar Ray Robinson twice, defeated Benny Kid Paret here, had a draw against the great Dick Tiger here in Nevada. And Gene is living in Utah right now and will be inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. Former middleweight champion of the world, Marvin Hagler, marvelous Marvin Hagler. A record of 62 wins, 3 defeats, 2 draws. Fought 7 times here in Nevada, 6 world title fights. His notable Nevada wins included victories, of course, over Thomas Hearns, Roberto Duran, John the Beast Mugabe, Juan Roldan, and also, of course, had his famous, very close and disputed decision defeat to Sugar Ray Leonard, one of our previous inductees. We are proud to induct this year Felix Trinidad from Puerto Rico, with a record of 42-3. Tito had 10 Nevada fights, all 10 were world title fights here in Nevada. He defeated Oscar De La Hoya, Fernando Vargas, Hector Camacho, and David Reed. Marco Antonio Barrera, the great Mexican champion, with a record of 67-7, had 19 Nevada fights, including his incredible trilogy with Eric Morales, of which Marco Antonio won twice. Also defeated Johnny Tapia here, and Kevin Kelly. Had a decision loss to Manny Pacquiao, and probably his most famous win outside of the Morales fights when he defeated Prince Nassim Hamed at the MGM Grand. Former heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis, will be inducted. With his record of 41-2-1, Lennox fought in Nevada 8 times, fought 6 world title fights here. Among his victories here in Nevada were over Evander Holyfield, Hasim Rahman, Oliver McCall, and David Tua here in Nevada. And that gets us to our final 2 inductees. One of the greatest, and many say the greatest fighter of all time, the great Sugar Man, Sugar Ray Robinson, who never fought in Nevada until very late in his career, but had the amazing record of 173 wins and 19 defeats. And we're very much looking forward to inducting Sugar Ray Robinson. And that's why we said when we do have that museum, permanent home for the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, when a person comes in, they've got to know that they're going to see Sugar Ray Robinson up on that wall. And because of what's going to happen here in August, they're going to see Sugar Ray Robinson on that wall. And our final inductee, known simply as the greatest, fought here 7 times in Nevada, including 3 world title fights, but here in Nevada he defeated the likes of Floyd Patterson, Ron Lyle, Jerry Quarry, Bob Foster, Joe Bugner, the most amazing athlete probably in the 20th century. And it went far beyond that for all that he accomplished socially and in the hearts of so many around the world. And that means, of course, the one and only Muhammad Ali will be inducted. And I think you've heard from some of our people here today what Muhammad means and how much he means to so many. We all have him in our hearts and our thoughts. He's had a tough go of it, of course, in recent years with his illness. But we're very happy today to have with us here to represent Muhammad, his daughter, Rashida. And Rashida is right here.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you so much, Rich Marotta, for developing the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, because Nevada, as we know, is very rich in boxing history. And my dad would be honored extremely to be a part of the list of the many talented boxers that you mentioned, but mostly his idol, Sugar Ray Robinson. So to be in the same sentence with him, my dad would be extremely blushing right now, I know. So I want to thank you for this extremely humbling honor. My dad has been around for quite some time, and I've heard such great stories from Eddie, and I know Layla told me that she worked with you, Roger, and there's so much history here, and a part of my family. Now that I live here for 12 years now, every single day I'm meeting new people that just shares great stories with me about my dad. I'm happy this venue is here at the Roy Jones Jr. Gym. My son works out here, Nico. He's had the pleasure of working with Roy Jones, kind of giving him some tips and pointers. But mostly to be a part of this Hall of Fame is deeply humbling. And I told my dad yesterday, I called him, I said, Daddy, I'm going to the press conference for the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, and they listed you as one of the members. He said, they did? I said, yeah. I said, and so I just want to let you know there's going to be a lot of fans there that's going to really, really be excited to see you as on your board now. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Rashida. I want to thank you all for coming out here today. Just to let you know, we will have, I understand that the Floyd Mayweather Jr. Manny Pacquiao fight is also being announced today. It's kind of the second level to our announcement, of course. But it is also being announced today for May the 2nd here in Las Vegas. And we will hold, the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame will hold a major fan event that week because there will be so many people coming into Nevada for that fight. So we will have our own fan event. So we'll look to see many of you there at that. And we will hold smaller fan events along the way as we get ready for our massive induction ceremony, which this year will not just be a one-night event, but will now be an induction weekend that we will be having. It will be in August. Michelle is still negotiating with several hotels that have expressed interest in holding our event, so we don't have an actual date or site as of this time because the different hotels have different availabilities as to the dates. But we do know it'll be in August. That's our month. We will have it in August. It'll be a great, great night. And our friends here and then our inductees from out of state and out of the country will be with us as well. So thank you very much, all of you, for coming. All of you members of the media, if I haven't recognized you, I see JT the Brick here from Fox Sports Radio. Thank you, JT, for coming out here. This is a great national radio show at 5 o'clock. Smitty is here as well. James Smith, I don't know where is Smitty. He has a great In This Corner TV show for nationally syndicated boxing show. Very unusual these days. His cameraman, John Hyatt, back here is one of our board of directors. So all of you who have shown up today, our other friends from the media, thank you very much for coming. And if any of you would like to talk to our inductees, they're available to you right now. Thanks a lot, and we'll keep you all in touch and in the loop. Thanks very much.